Hey guys, it's me, Playman. I'm back for another video about Marvel Strike Force, and since again it is the start of a new year, I figured I would talk a little bit about my teams in the game, give you guys a look at them, sort of an inside look as to what I have going on. So first, we'll start with the roster scroll, a classic, and once we get rid of this ad right here, so we'll slowly scroll through the roster here. You can see the types of characters I've built up. This isn't a guide, you know. Ronin 56,000. I would not build Ronin up that high. That just sort of happened, and I did play the game back in the day when Ronin was meta. He was like kind of meta for a little bit. They reworked all the Kree minions to work really well with Ronin, and at the time that was like borderline meta. So I think that's why I had him built up. And then I got some good red stars on them, and then you know, the rest is history. And there's certainly some characters down low here that I'd like to build up, like Yellow Jacket. I have a lot of red stars on. I want to build the X Factor team up. American Chavez I'd like to build up. There's quite a few characters down here I think I do want to build up at some point, but I'm pretty happy. I've been trying to get characters up to 40k power, and that's sort of my goal for characters now. And as you can see, I've been doing a pretty decent job. I have a bunch of characters at 40k, and I'm trying to get my teams to generally be about 200k power. Now that's a little more end game than, you know, I used to be like 5 and then level 60 gear tier 9. I'm moving to a different stage in the game where I need more end game stuff, so that's why I'm going for the 40k power. I'm trying to get these 200k power teams for war. I'll show you the blitz teams I have. Now, some people start to combine teams because you know, there's not enough save slots. So what they're doing is they're just combining teams and making one good team as opposed to having two bad teams. I haven't maxed out yet. I very nearly will. I don't think even when I max out I'll start combining teams. Just, I don't know, I don't like combining teams right there. So as you can see, Symbiotes and Black Order, brand new teams at the top. If I were doing this, well, I wasn't doing this last year. I wasn't playing the game last year at this time, but Guardians of the Galaxy were my top team. As you can see, Black Order and Symbiotes have rose to the top. Symbiotes for like raids, I love them for raids, and then Black Order for arena. I'm not even gone up that far in arena, but I'm like in top 1,000 or something I've had in my arena chart, which isn't bad. The Avengers I brought up, I always had them strong because, again, they were sort of the meta back in the day, so I did have them pretty well leveled up. Now that they're useful, and I have a pretty decent team, and I just recently brought Hawkeye up pretty high, so that way I could clear some Doom War nodes. X-Men, this is a new team for me. Just got Phoenix this year. She's pretty well built up. Defenders have been falling off for me. You know, as Guardians, not much to say about a lot of these other teams. They're just sort of run-of-the-mill teams that I have somewhat well built up. Inhumans, new team for me, did not have Black Bolt. And then here's this 200k cutoff, so from here below, all these teams are below 200k power. Although Sinister Six will soon be above it because I will be unlocking Dr. Octopus next time he comes around. And then I'll invest more in the Sinister Six once I have Dr. Octopus. I think I'll run Dr. Octopus, Swarm, Electro, Rhino, and Mysterio. And I'll keep Rhino in there simply because I have 6 red stars in Rhino. My Rhino's kind of huge. And Mysterio, because I think Mysterio is the one people typically run because he does have war-specific effects in his kit, so he works with the team. Plus he gives focus, which is important. So I think Mysterio's who is commonly run with that team. And who I'll really try to invest in for next year from these bottom teams. I think I'd like to invest a little more into the Pimtech team. I know people don't like them, but I like these characters. Just canonically, I love Ant-Man. So I think I will invest in this team. Plus I have good red stars on Yellow Jacket. They're a team I'm keeping my eye on for next year that I think, this year, that I will want to try to invest in. I don't think I'm going to invest much in Red Skull, though. He's been power crept, a bunch of counters. And Mercenaries, maybe I'll level them up some more, but I don't know, Mercenaries are just kind of there. And then I just added these 2 teams the other day simply for helping me lose and go down tiers whenever I feel like it. So these are my down tier guarantees right here. So they have not won a single battle for me. So I'm a big fan of those guys. And soon I will have a Skeletor team ready to go. Once Yelena's first blitz comes around, I will have Yelena unlocked. And then this Red Winter event will be starting, and then I'll unlock Red Guardian, and I'll build the Skeletor team, put Night Nurse on the Defenders team instead of Punisher, and I'll probably just keep Killmonger on the Wakandan team and just sort of deal with it, and, you know, pay the extra blitz refresh or whatever every time I use the Wakandans. It's not going to be that much of a drain really for me. I figured also it would be kind of interesting. Let's take a look at my In terms of Alliance War defense, there isn't much interesting to show you guys. Pretty much anyone that has an Alliance War effect, I put them on defense. So for example, right here, I did put my Wave 1 Avengers on defense. I have the Asgardians on defense because they have the war defense. I put my AIM on defense. I put the Brotherhood on defense. I put Shield on defense. I put the Fantastic Four with She-Hulk on defense. There's nothing too crazy here to show you. It's pretty run-of-the-mill. You know, Red Skull, I put him on defense. I put the Mercenaries on defense. Pretty much through war defense teams, you already have like 6 or 7 of your 8 slots taken up right there with the war defense team. So it's not that interesting to show you guys that. And then I'll just use whoever for war offense. So I do use Power Armor a lot, and X-Force. I'm a big fan of using them on war offense. I figured I'd also show you guys my profile so you guys could take a look at the collection power. Pretty proud of this collection power. 6 million, you know, kind of big. I have a very spread out roster though, not a ton of high powered characters. My strongest team power is probably lower than a lot of other people. It's 6 million collection power, but that's because I built out, not really up. And I was the Warrant MVP twice. Isn't that kind of exciting? And there's some all-time arena rank, latest arena rank, latest blitz rank, and then blitz wins. So you know, exciting stuff right there. I guess it's always fun to check out the power ladder leaderboard, see how I'm doing there. Strongest alliance. Actually, my alliance isn't too bad on here. 3,400, not bad right there. Strongest team power, I'm pretty bad. I am, what am I, 173,000, but collection power I am much better on. I'm 83,000. So that gives you an idea of, you know, probably if you were doing building out and up like equivocally, you would probably have a similar ranking for both collection power and strongest team. But as you can see, my collection power is like, well, my strongest team power ranking is almost twice of what my collection power ranking is. So kind of an interesting sort of way to visualize how much emphasis I put on building out rather than up. Then if we take a look, I have logged in for 824 days, so that comes out to be, you know, a little over 2 years, so not too bad. Taking some breaks throughout Marvel Strike Force's existence, but really enjoying it right now. In terms of what I'm doing in the future, again, there were these couple of lower ranked characters I did mention earlier I want to level up. Swarm and Electro will probably pretty soon be getting boosted because of the fact that I'll have Dr. Octopus and suddenly they'll be useful to me. So I'm keeping an eye on them. As soon as the Dr. Octopus event rolls around, I'll probably start leveling up those two a little bit. Really, I am sort of trying to get ready for Dark Dimension 4. I have quite a few characters I'd like to bring in, and I think I'm close to having the resources to bring in quite a few characters. There's really an assortment. I think Hela I'd like to bring in, Ebony Maw I'd like to bring in. I'd love to bring in another symbiote, although I realize the symbiotes are going to be a little bit of a pain with the alien spores. I wouldn't mind bringing in Baron Zemo or something like that, or Proxima Midnight with Thanos or something like that. But really, the first 5 I'm going to be going in with will be right here. I have Phoenix already at Gear Tier 14. I have Symbiote Spider-Man and Minerva like almost ready to go to Gear Tier 14. They're so close. I'd love to bring Ghost in. I'm still missing her superior uniques. I think Emma Frost might be another pick I bring in because I don't have her at Gear Tier 13 yet, but it's just the level holding her back. And once I do, I believe I have her superior unique to go to Gear Tier 14. So I think Emma Frost is very close to going to Gear Tier 14. Plus I have a ton of mutant materials. And Thanos, I think he's the 5th member. I think I'll do Phoenix, Thanos, Minerva, Spider-Man, Symbiote, and Emma Frost as I walk into Dark Dimension 3. Colossus, he's pretty low in terms of level, but I think I have what I need to get him to Gear Tier 14. So sort of a second wave of characters I'll be powering up for Dark Dimension 3 will be probably like Colossus, Ghost, Ebony Maw, Hela, and I don't know, maybe Proxima or something like that. I wouldn't mind bringing in a couple more Black Order members because it's a double usefulness thing for Black Order. When I level them up to Gear Tier 14, not only is it great for Dark Dimension 3, but they are the arena team right now, so it helps me out in my arena placement. So I really do think it's useful to invest in my Black Order team. In terms of these other favorites I have sitting here, Red Skull, I'm simply farming them out because I have this empty red star right here, and I'd like to fill that out. Now these farmable. A little more painful for people to fight on defense. I wouldn't mind if that was the case. And then She-Hulk, I'll get her up the rest of the way sometime, but even just by putting She-Hulk on the team, the passive benefits she applies to the team, they're already performing better than Namor for me. So I don't know, someday I'll finish this off, but I'm really short on training materials right now. As you can see, very low on training materials. I can only get a character from level 50 to 53. I need training materials. I've gone down a decent bit of gold because I've been spending a lot in the store, but I need training materials still at the start of 2021. And something else I really do need are purple ability materials. Something probably not so focused on, because if you play this game consistently, there is more ability materials every month than characters released. So you get more than 3 characters worth of ability materials each month. But if you're coming new to the game, or like me, where you missed like 30 or 40 character releases, that's a big backlog of ability materials that you're slowly making your way through. And I think that's something really painful. It's not, you don't have to think about. I have a ton of characters down here. Pretty much anyone right here below Ghost Rider needs some form of purple ability material. So a ton of characters that need purple ability material. And when I only get, 150 a day or so from running Ultima 7, that's something I'm really struggling with right now. I'd like if they made purple ability materials more accessible, something where I think, more and more characters need these gold training materials. Those, I don't think you don't get 3 characters worth of gold training materials every month. So there's a bigger and bigger backlog of gold training materials. I'd really like it if purple slowly started to make its way down to being more accessible, and maybe if gold could be more obtainable, because that is something I am struggling with myself. But I hope this was an interesting video for you guys. I often find by hearing somebody else talk about how they're building up their roster, I say the Supreme's pretty strong. Maybe I want to farm out those last few shots sometime here for her. But I think it's helpful hearing other people talk about the roster and their thoughts as they move forward in the game, because it sometimes gives you ideas, or you can base it off of your roster and sort of compare notes. So I just want to talk a little bit about my roster today, my Blitz teams, my Alliance War defense teams, my Arena teams, just Black Order, talk about my thoughts for the future, stuff I'm struggling with, just interesting stuff to take note of at the start of a brand new year in Marvel Strike Force. The 3rd year anniversary event will be coming up within the months, so that'll be exciting. Lots of rewards there. Hopefully we start 3-year anniversary, about time they boost those training material drops, so one can only hope. But at the end of the day, what do I really know, because I am only a 19-year-old. I hope everyone have a happy and healthy day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Signing off, everyone.